Leaving me to make the fucking nails on my own. Piece of shit. But then I can make the nicer one. I don't remember the nicer benches crafting faster though, but let's assume they do. Let's assume they do. I'm gonna build another one. Thirty more seconds. Couldn't reach it or didn't want to reach it. Piece of shit. Said Liftmonk couldn't reach it, so he abandoned the activity. But Tansy's gonna help out though, that's cool. Good job, Tansy. We are gonna have to go get a Pen King here in a bit. So you might want to hang out for that one. Let's see. We'll test 2 nails. Oh, it's not telling me how long it'll actually take. Oh, that's stupid. I'm gonna try a chest as well. I've always been obsessed with the Project Zomboid lately, but not active enough for me, so I get bored. Zomboid's another one people seem to either love or hate. And I've seen people comparing Vayne to Project Zomboid. I'm like, I don't get it. I really don't get it. Make a mega shield with ancient. Oh, we have 3 of the 5. All right, so we got stone. We have metal pickaxe. We have a bat. Metal axe. So how about this? We'll use metal pickaxe. And we'll farm up the rest of the ore, and then we'll start making ingots. Then we'll go get Pen King, the penguin. Has similarities, not for the last, but the stats and skills. Yeah, like the depth of how deep of a game Project Zomboid is. Gotcha. Okay. From PZ and Daisy. What was PZ? Oh, Project Zomboid. Well, there. Oh, Vayne is a balance of Project Zomboid and Daisy. Gotcha. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. Okay, so let's see here. We're gonna put our old pickaxe away. We're gonna keep this one. See how this goes. Remember this, like, chewing through stuff so fast. It was crazy. Yeah, look at that. Like, triple the damage. Is that a meteor? I thought I heard a meteor. Yeah, there it is. It's always in the same spot too? That looks similar. Yeah, so we can chew these up super quick. Literally fall asleep every time we play. God, I'm sorry. It's not a high action game. It's just it can be, but it's just not. You guys don't have anything else to do. This is what you want to spend your time doing. fuck are you doing? Some of the bugginess still is not gone. Throw on God mode and make him think I'm reading books or something. That's messed up. You okay there, bud? You're kind of just chopping at nothing and creating wood from nowhere. I think I need to put... That's right, we're going to put ore in a box over here, too. I can't put ore in here? Make 30 more. He's going to hate me. He already hates me. He's over there just like, God, fuck this guy. Alright, we got a piece of glitched wood. Like, y'all better... Alright, so Celery has a fracture, so I don't know what we gotta do to fix Celery. I think we have to give it a special type of... colds and sprains. And fracture is like a sprain, right? How do I give it the stuff it needs? I gotta put them in my party to treat them? I thought we could walk up and just stab them with it. Is that not a thing anymore? Or maybe it's just because he's in the bed. Hey buddy, I'd really love it. Get back here. Yeah, you better refine. He knew what was up. Now we have our metal pick. Now let's just finish all these while we're here. Like there's either nothing happening or too much happening. Yeah, like when you're getting chased and you're being surrounded by zombies and stuff, it can get really hectic. Like to loot and build, don't want to spend the whole game fighting for my life. I'm okay with looting. Like I'm okay with fighting for my life early on. But I want the game to mechanically give me the option to overcome that through progress and through, you know, just getting better stuff to make the early panic modes a little bit more manageable. That is good. That's typically good game design. If you just never get past that and it's always strenuous and you never get better, it creates the lack of the carrot and the stick. So that can be rough. Just fight to survive just to get overwhelmed no matter what. Yeah, see that's the problem is I'm not a fan of that. Eat the carrot and beat the horse with the stick. Like that, if there's no carrot and there's no stick to keep you invested, then it becomes more difficult. Like that was the, well, we'll get our Icarus rant out of the way early on the stream, but like that was the problem with Icarus with regards to the expenditure of the currency that you would gain. Because a lot of times there were some that made a lot of sense, there were some that did not. And so adding more, I won't be able to put that in there. Adding more to the incentive list of having a better shop would lead to people wanting to go do the missions. Like the whole reason, like you need the missions, you know, So you get the money, and it's like, okay, well, what am I getting the money for? Like, you gotta finish the whole gameplay loop, otherwise it doesn't work. You want an end goal to succeed, not an end goal to die. Yeah, exactly. Eat the ice cream in front of you and hit you with the spoon? I mean, I'd prefer you didn't, but... I want to have my ice cream and eat it too. But yeah, it's a good gameplay loop design. You have to have an end state, or maybe it's not the end state of the whole game, but it's the end state of the micro objectives. Like Hell World has micro objectives. Like right now, I need to get to the next tier of tools because when I get to my metal pick, I can chew up ore so much faster, right? So the reward feedback loop is I've been doing all this crap to get the metal tool. Now the metal tool makes my life easier. It seems so primitive of a system because most every game has it until they don't. And you're like, what am I doing this for? Why am I continuing to risk my life to get this currency that I can't really do anything with, or the things I can do with it are kind of worthless to me or don't support the main gameplay loop that I've been given, which is drop to planet, do mission, get reward, drop to planet, do mission, get reward. The do mission portion should be getting easier as a result of the get reward portion. And then you're fine. But starting missions on the go is the problem. Because it defeats the whole purpose of why it's supposed to be a scary place in the first place. Because they're like, no, the planet's not inhabitable. So I'm like, then why the fuck am I inhabiting it? You know, like, no, the whole point of being down there was like, you aren't supposed to be able to survive long term. You're supposed to be struggling against the atmosphere every single time. So the next time you go, you should have been able to bring more stuff with you, like workbenches or higher tier equipment, to make that loop easier. 2 more ingots to repair the whole thing? Alright. I miss it. I do too. It was a great game. Like, the graphics were fantastic. I loved so much about it. They royally screwed the pooch with some of the other stuff. Did I make the pelt armor? Did I? I did not make the pelt armor yet. I need to do that. Yeah, and that was the thing with Icarus, right? Was like, you had that multiplayer mission approach where like, I could go down and be like, I'm going to build my character to be the best I can at mining. And then someone else is like, well, I'm going to bring all the buffs that make our tools last longer. So I go and mine, bring stuff home, drop them off. Somebody else who makes the tools better makes all the tools with them. Like, you can build up that strategy on your team, and it starts to make sense on that mission-based approach. You can still do it in the open world version of the game. I just felt like they screwed up with the concept of having this really neat gameplay loop of drop in, do mission, get out, survive, reward, drop in, and have like little perks along the way to make that whole process a little bit better as you go. 35 and 140? Yes, please. Ooh, I look so good. Got to be an item that lets me destroy my old gear too at some point, I hope. Forgot how we got rid of it before. I think I just literally dumped shit in a chest like this. Let's make ourselves a metal axe. Well, I mean, yeah, if we put up a server as a dedicated server, I think, weren't there issues with that too? Like, again, I was like, nothing was very well thought out because their dedicated server system was like, okay, I'm going to put up an open world, and it's just an open world. But you could also make the open world mission launchable. You could make a mission server, but as soon as a mission begins, that's what the server is running. So until that mission is completed, you're stuck doing whatever the hell that is. But in the open world, I thought there was an issue where, like, if somebody goes and does one of the missions on the open world without everybody else being there, it still progresses the mission and it completes it. You can only do every mission one time in the open world, which is super fucking stupid too. Like, I don't understand it. But you can do every mission one time. So if you did it and you were like blitzing through the game because you're playing every single day of the week, so you have a lot more time to play, and there's another person who can only play like once a week on Friday, they get royally fucked over because now they come back and there's 6 missions that have been completed they don't get to participate in. So if you're gonna restrict it that much, then why even have a dedicated server? Just have a session-based, like, D&D rules, server-based, session-based gameplay. Oh, it got dark. Why did it get so dark? What just happened? Y'all saw that, right? It got super dark in here, like... I mean, the sun's kind of going down, but... that was weird. The Toko Tokos. Yes. Love them. I really liked when you could have a dedicated server without paying for it so anybody could play. So... you're talking about the, brokerage server that they had. Which was the smartest thing ever. All it did was store the metadata necessary so that the next person who logged in would have the data to relaunch what was necessary. You were still the host, make no doubt about it. In the original launch of Icarus, the person who launched the game was the host. You were the server. The thing was, there was a brokerage client that was always accessible because everyone had to always be online, that as soon as you logged off as the server, it sent off the upload of all the metadata necessary for the state of the world at the time you logged off as the last person on the planet. Okay? I'm talking with my hands a lot. I don't know why. So then when person number 2 would go to log in, the brokerage server would look at it and go, oh, there's no session right now for that client, for that service, for that mission, for that specific server instance. No one is running it. You run it now instead. And so that person would start it back up, and it would be literally where the other person had left it. So all their progress was continued. Then if you dropped out, person 1 comes back online, still you had the handshake to the brokerage server, they pulled it down, and it just kind of kept happening like a round robin. So you had a dedicated server, but you didn't really have a dedicated server. It was a very cool concept, and they shit all over it. Because they knew long term they might not be able to continue to function as a company that makes money indefinitely. Like, that just might not be a thing. So they turned it into a system where now you have all the control, which is fantastic. But likewise, it means you have to set up what's happening all the time. You still have the... oh, I'm dying. Damn it. You still have the concept of being able to, like... look, I'm just gonna give you guys the fucking berries. I'm gonna take the mushrooms. These aren't helping you guys anyhow. Look how fast we lost all of our health. Good lord. It was a very cool concept. It was just... it required them to have to run a bit of hardware to make that possible. I think it's well worth it. I think that is a better way of handling it because it is functionally the same as having a dedicated server that goes offline with a certain amount of inactivity. So Valheim servers work this way. You have a dedicated Valheim server, last person logs off, the world like comes to a halt a few minutes later. And until the next person logs into it, it kind of like starts everything back up. So you can't stockpile things that are going to take like 12 hours. Like for instance, this egg, if everybody logged off right now, this egg would stop hatching if this was Valheim dedicated server rules. But with a true dedicated server, the clock keeps ticking, even if there's nobody logged in. So functionally, if the clock stops when there's no one logged in, it's the same thing as you hosting a session, but having the ability to round robin the session owner is what makes it good, because now if Billy the DM moves out of town, the game doesn't come to a halt because the dungeon master has to be there for us to have a D&D session. That's why I call it D&D session rules, because That's how your server client relationship works. The dungeon master's the server, all the players are the clients. So you gotta have it both ways. I just don't know. I don't know why they did it the way they did it. Ancient Civ parts. Where can I get Ancient Civ parts? I think we just go kill bosses, right? The bat has an attack of 50. Oh, that's better than the wooden club. Craft small feed bag. Do I have the points for the small feedback? I didn't think I did. Oh, I have one ancient technology point. Oh, I could make it. I could also make the grappling gun. The feedback is smarter. We'll do feedback. I know the PAL team is starving. So I don't know what to do for them. I don't have any good food yet. Where is it? Oh, that's right. It goes here. That unlocks the food slot. That's right. I forgot to fix the berry thing. Why no one's working. Yeah, but the concept of doing session handoffs is, I think, one of the better ways to do session-based gameplay. It does require there to be a neutral brokerage server that handles an exchange of data to the new host, but I don't think that's big of a deal. Oh, that's right. We just kind of keep it. Alright, so that's all of the iron. Oh, there is no option in here. Huh. I thought we had an option where we could, like, have them not pull crap off of there as it's being completed. Oh well. Back to work, you. Steal my fucking eggs? Get back here, Celeray. Malingering asshole. Acting like he's all wounded and shit. Okay. Now where should we go? I want to fight Pen King. go fight Pen King. We have 2 level 17 chillets. Oh, we have a runner chillet. I don't remember what's good against Pen King. I think Pen King is... I mean, you think fire would be good, but... I think we're going to take him. The number 1 spot. I got some more food on us still. All right, let's go drop this stuff off. We're going to go fight a Pen King. All right, we got ads starting in 3 minutes too, so this is actually pretty good timing. We'll take a break first while it's still nighttime. Wooden fiber goes up in here. Low quality but restores some health. Huh. I guess there are ways to restore health. And I think... Also, I have a lot of money. I don't know why I left it here, but... We get ourselves a better weapon. Ah, the cooking pot. I don't think we need a heater yet. Tombstone. Aw.